don't be sucked in by trying to create like immediate success. Um, a tree grows in two directions at the same time.
Hmm.
It grows down and it grows up.
Listen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chats with the Quintessential Gentleman. I'm here with the legend himself, Mr. Richard Lawson. He is starring in the new Netflix movie Beauty and the Black. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh man, I feel good. I just got off of a flight and I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right. So let's get into it. All right, so Beauty and the Black, that's coming out October 24th, and this is another Tyler Perry collaboration, something that's coming after Divorce in the Black that was highly successful on Amazon. How are you feeling about working within that universe, and what kind of energy did you need to tap into for this particular role as opposed to that one?
Yeah, these are very different roles. The other one is a character, Divorce in the Black is a character that I absolutely loved because he was such a positive black man. He was sort of the black father that everybody should have,
Mhm.
and you look up to, and loved his family, took care of his daughter, protected her, loved his wife after all those years, and they still had a love. They were still in love. Beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful representation of a black relationship. Um, this character is very different, very successful businessman who um, is in a very rich family. They've been very successful. He stepped away, and then incidences drew him back in a very, very strong way. Powerful, um, uh, has the ability to love deeply, but he's just as fierce in terms of protecting those that he does love. It's a very interesting,
Okay.
interesting role.
Okay, so two different dynamics. Did you feel like you both of these characters reflected parts of yourself, or did you have inspiration to draw from for each character, specifically for Beauty and the Black?
Well, the interesting thing is that you know, people get drawn to, or people are drawn to you because of certain qualities that you have. So when you are cast in something, people see your capabilities of playing that part, or see that, oh, he would be great playing this kind of character, or he is that kind of character.
Hmm.
And I think it's a combination of all of it. You find, one of the first things you look for is how you are like the character,
Hmm.
what qualities that are possible. Like, for instance, if you're playing the character of Othello,
Hmm.
um, uh, I believe it was Stanislavski who said, if you can kill a fly, you can play Othello. You
Hmm.
don't have to have been you don't have to have killed somebody in the past to be able to kill what ultimately is his wife.
Hmm.
So I don't have to be able to do or be all the things that the character is, but I can borrow to that character parts of myself.
Hmm.
Because here's the interesting thing: the character is part of you. The character is some extension of you, maybe not completely, but some extension of you, or some extension of what is possible in you. So that you're looking for those places where you interface with this character, either physically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So it's kind of like, I look at myself as sort of a behavioral anthropologist.
Okay.
Uh, Anthropology is the study of the emotional, physical, the cultural and the spiritual aspect of man. And I look at that for that character and then find the parts that match and then add the parts that don't.
Okay. Okay. So I'm noticing that is now would you consider that method acting or is it just like observational type of acting?
No, it's not method. I would say it's closer to science.
Oh, okay. Got you.
In science, in the sense of of finding the elements
Mm,
that are real when when you read a script and you read it over and over and over and over again, um, and you discover that you know he's jealous or he has rage, he has envy, he has humor, charm, irony. He has these qualities
mm,
that exist in him, and then and that's just identifying what that is systematically. So you
got
read it over and over and you discover more, and you discover more, and you discover more. So
you.
so creating a character, I mentioned earlier, like a behavioral anthropologist. I'm looking at the anthropology of this guy
Mm,
and the behavioral aspect of it, and then systematically seeing where it lives in the flow and life of the script. And
okay.
so that's the science. Science is a systematic study. So it's a systematic study. It's not method. It's not,
Okay.
it's not Meisner. It's not, I'm not trying to find my emotions in my feet. And
Got
uh,
you.
I may be calling upon things that are like the time when oh yeah, yeah, that moment was like the time when there's a clip going around
Mm,
now where you find me in a church and I'm really lamenting something. I'm in a lot of pain, right?
mhm. Right.
So I've been in churches, I've been
One,
in funerals,
one second.
I've been in churches, funerals.
Um, oh, it's on the phone. Oh. All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I've been in churches, I've been in funerals, I've been in sad moments where like, yeah, like the time when I was in the hospital, or the time when I went to my friend's funeral,
Mm,
the famous actor Sonny Jim Gaines, who was one of my mentors. I
mm,
remember being at his funeral, and so I have that to draw on. So, I have a lot of there's an approach to acting, not a
mm.
method.
Got you, got you. So, like you mentioned earlier, like people are drawn to you just from the energy that you bring to a character and everything. What when you were reading the script drew you to this particular role, to this particular movie, and like what should people expect when they're watching Beauty and the Black on the 24th?
A wild ride. A wild ride. You're gonna have many moments when you're gonna say, "Oh no, no, he didn't! Oh my God, what?" It's that kind of thing. And Tyler is good for creating
Yeah.
those kind of moments where, um, it's so interesting. I mean, he's been doing this a long time, and I think he's finding, a new gear,
Mm,
a new stride, with the stuff that he's doing and the stuff that's coming out. If you look at the stuff that he's producing, all the content, but the kind of content,
mm,
is has deeper roots and is making you think and feel more. And his loyal audience is going to find him and follow him no
mm.
matter what. So this is his first trip in, I believe, his first trip in Netflix, or maybe his second. But
Yeah, this
um,
Mia Culpa, and then
yeah,
this is
yeah, Mia
yeah.
Culpa. This is his second one. But he's reaching deeper, and you know, yeah, you spend the night in Tyler's mind, and what you may come across maybe will cover a lot of ground.
You know what? I'm noticing a theme between you two with like in the black. We have divorce in the black, beauty in the black. Now, isn't it intentional that you're moving more towards black specific roles where we're building worlds out and everything? Or like, how important is it for you to be a part of and be involved with black productions and uplifting them to the highest heights?
Well, it's very important. Um, that it's not uh, it's not you know a plan behind it. It's not a
Mm,
concept behind it. It is, as roles come up and as good roles come up,
mm,
and interesting roles come up.
mm.
And it just so happens that these two that have had black themes to them,
So that's just a
Um, that's just a coincidence.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Although everything Tyler does is black,
Mm,
um,
mm.
and about black people,
Right.
because that's his audience
Mm,
are black people, and he knows them well, and so but these two themes just happen to be beauty in black, divorce in the black. And divorce in the black is not so much divorce in the essence of black people,
yes, right.
divorce in the black. He wanted it was a reference to, the economy of something, the
Right.
emotional economy of something, of being in the red when you're in
Right.
traumatic situation,
Mm,
toxic situation, versus being in the black, meaning that it's all good. That was the
right.
reference that's in the title of that.
Mm,
Beauty in black is in regards to this world that was created, that was this black world with this black family,
mm,
this rich black family,
mm,
that in the world that they created, which is like a wild roller coaster ride, emotionally, it's about greed, about avarice, about control, about power,
mm,
about faith,
mm.
about 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 so many different things. But getting back to me being involved in the theme of blackness, yes, is very important to me because um, if we look at the time that we're in politically, um, that this is probably one of the most important times of of the life of Black culture.
Right. Especially
Because
with the election coming up, right?
yes, because if this turns a certain way, that
Mm,
you may see something that is going to devastate Black culture for the next 100 years.
right.
And because of all that's in place, when you look at the Supreme Court and how lopsided that is,
Right.
and if they get in there, it's going to get worse. Pray to God that none of the liberals die off, and they're old, and so it's
Right.
not like you know. So that 6-3, you can already see what changes are being and how things are being eviscerated,
Right.
and so culturally or artistically speaking, it's real important to um, to water the land and nourish the land and people's minds with a sense of blackness. And the kind of revolution that needs to take place right now is not a military revolution,
Right.
because we can't win that war. We don't
Mm,
have the firepower to win that one. But we
mm,
do have the firepower to win to control our destiny with political revolution. I mean, a fiscal revolution,
mm.
social revolution, spiritual revolution, um, and political revolution. If we generate $2 trillion a year or more now, and yet, which is equivalent to the 10th largest country in the world, yet most of those dollars that we generate go out to buy other people's products.
Right.
Where if you go in any other community, that they're buying the products of the uh, the ethnicity that they live in.
Right.
Asian people buy Asian products, go to Asian doctors, Asian lawyers, etc., etc. The same with Latinos, the same with Jews, the same with white people. Black people go to all those people,
Mm,
not black people. We don't buy black product. We buy other people's product. We need
right.
to buy more black. We need to understand that we have to. because money stays in our community only for 6 hours. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so
Yeah, a lot of people are in the Asian community, they keep it their wealth within it, but we're known to be consumers as opposed to like, just, spreading the wealth around. Yeah.
money stays in the Jewish community 19 days, in the Arab community, I think 29 days,
Mm,
and um, in the white community 17 days. Um, Even Latinos, more than a week. Uh, Money stays in our community for 6 hours.
right. That's
So
a big
the,
discrepancy.
the huge discrepancy.
Right.
So when you look at Tyler,
Hmm.
and Tyler's created an ecosystem um, at his studio where when you drive on that lot, it's a pristine lot. He might have more people working in gardening in terms of caretaking and landscaping because it is a perfectly manicured lot. There's no anything in disrepair. The trucks are new, the buildings are new. There's majority Black people working. You go on a set and there's 85, 90% Black artists behind the scene and in front of the camera. And it's a family dynamic. And so it's like, I mean, you want to see more than that, more of that, you know. And so, just in terms of what it feeds the Black um, community, financially, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and artistically, is like amazing. So I'm happy to be associated with Mr. Perry.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So as far as being a mentor, like, because you just dropped a lot of knowledge going in how we can keep wealth within the Black community, especially being influenced by, Black art and everything. Like, you've been known to be a mentor to a lot of people. Like, what kind of advice would you give our audience to look out for if you're an up and coming actor looking to get into the arts, like, or whatever professional field that they're trying to get into?
Um, be patient. Don't be sucked in by trying to create like immediate success. Um, a tree grows in two directions at the same time.
Mm,
It grows down and it grows up.
mm,
It's growing. The roots are getting deeper, and as the tree starts to get foliage and stuff like that, it may look cute and pretty, but can it withstand a storm, wind? Can it withstand, opposition? And so people get into this business and they try to want instant. They want an agent right now. They want to get out instantly, and they're not prepared.
mm,
And even if they land something that is successful, um, that they haven't developed the skill set to take that success and move it to the next level, so that they
right.
have to invite a lot of outside advisors, and they don't have the knowledge to know how to make sound decisions, nor the talent to
Mm,
expand out on it.
right.
And so I would say be patient, to study, to study, and roll up your sleeves and do the work. As a matter of fact, don't look for the agent manager thing right away. Get in the
Mm,
woodshed, as we used to call it in the old days, and chop that wood and chop that wood and chop that wood and become strong and become the best wood chopper you can become, so that when you come out, people can see you coming and they say, "Oh, that's a wood chopper right there. I can
yeah.
tell." And they see it, they can feel it coming. It's
Mm,
like when you go on a basketball court and somebody just standing on the side watching, and when they're
mm,
watching, their handles are going, they're not even conscious of it. They just do it automatically
right.
between the legs, poop, 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 and they're just watching.
Mm,
Somebody can say that's a baller right there. You know what I
mm,
mean? So prepare yourself. You know, there's so much to the preparation of having a career. Having a career is just one thing, or trying to have a career is just one thing. You being talented is just one thing. But talent is not enough. You have to understand far more than just can you act? Are you funny? You know what I mean? There's a lot to learn. And so go get the information before you step out there and come off green
Mm,
because a no impression is better than a bad impression. You
mm,
know what I mean? So just wait until you have good impression to give. And then what happens is that you continue to book the rooms that you go in. And they say, you might not be right for this part, but
mm.
he's good actor. I'm gonna call him back in. His attitude,
Yes.
attitude monitors talent.
Mm.
Attitude monitors talent. And
Absolutely gonna
that's
use
everything.
soundbite.
Huh?
I say we're absolutely gonna use that as a soundbite. Like that's dope.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Attitude monitors talent. You want to work with somebody who's got a great attitude because even if they're not, um, even if in terms of their skill set, it's
Mm,
like, they're good, but they're not great.
mhm,
People would rather work with somebody who's good because they can be great. And with
mm.
that attitude, they will be great. But you can work with somebody great and have a bad attitude, and it's like, oh God,
Yeah.
oh, another day with you know, that
Mhm.
person.
Right.
So, people cast people oftentimes by when they walk in the room and they light up the room and they're unforgettable people. You
Mhm,
want to work if you're going to be doing a series. Well, the series used to be like 9 months because they did 22 episodes on the networks. But being that we're in a contraction, the business is in a contraction.
mm,
Everything is being cut back. So, you definitely want to work with people who have a great attitude
mm.
and who bring life to the project,
Yeah.
not darkness.
Yeah, I think that's important, and I think that that's great advice because I think a lot of people overlook that. Yes, you can be talented. Yes, you can be all this. You can have the numbers, and especially in the social media age, like people can make great content now. But if you're not enjoyable to work with, or if you haven't studied your craft and you're not serious about it, people won't. That'll only take you but so far because you can only fake the
Yeah,
talent so far. But then people want to work with you. It's like the
yeah,
same if you want to work in corporate, like people will teach you how to do things if they like working with you. So that's
right.
amazing advice.
Yeah,
All right. So
sure.
so thank you for first of all doing this interview. Like this is all the gems that I
Absolutely.
need to hear, and it's like it feels like alignment. I
Yeah.
always love to interview people and hear like what's one thing that keeps you motivated to keep going and doing the things that you do, and that's with alignment with what you believe in, and that's in your wheelhouse.
Well, you said it right there, the things that you believe in. Um, the first, as a teacher, the first thing that I'm interested in is what is your dream, you know? And when you're looking at your dream, you're looking at your purpose.
Right.
And and so ultimately it boils down to is why are you doing this?
Mm,
And um, because if you understand why you're doing this and you understand your purpose, that is your North Star. I was very fortunate to have had a revelation um, in 1969 that I was put on this earth to do this. It spoke to me very clearly, and um, and from that day to this day, I like to say that I've been on vacation
mm,
because I've been doing the thing that I love. And when I have veered off, it has always gotten me back because I've written it down. I have a whole document. I created a technology called Declaration of Independence, and it's a
mm,
whole document about creating a sort of a blueprint for yourself, your business plan for my life, my career, my everything. So I'm clear about what I want to do. And when I get up every day, anything that I'm doing feeds right through the sense of purpose.
mm,
And it lights my fire. I it it keeps me up where I have to force myself to go to sleep. It's like, yo,
mm.
dude, you need to get, I
On it.
forget 8 hours. I have never in my life been an 8 hour person.
Really?
I've never remembered sleeping 8 hours. The only reason I'm gonna be in bed for 8 hours is that I'm not alone.
Oh, oh,
Because
well,
you
well, yeah.
know what I mean? I I'll be in there 12 hours.
Oh, oh,
But
all right, well, overcompensate.
whatever it is, you know what I mean? But but even then I want to get up because I got stuff to do. I got stuff I'm creating and juggling. I got people I want to help. I have people I want to inspire. I want to, I've been mentoring kids,
Mhm.
um, in the foundation that I just transitioned and created another foundation, but we were mentoring 100 kids, and and so I went to this fundraiser last night and spoke, and two of my mentees were there, two incredible young artists that developed in under my tutelage and have become incredible artists. I just heard one of my kids just finished an album and he brought it over and let me listen to it 2 days ago. I
Okay,
was so blown away that
that's dope.
he created this music, because I'm thinking rap, I'm thinking, and it was some rap, but it
Mhm.
wasn't, I mean, I heard a little Marvin in there. I heard, the words of a Martin Luther, of a Malcolm, of lyrically speaking, it felt like uh, Frankie Beverly, Mays. There
Mhm.
was there was a lot of feel musicality to it, and it's like I
It's like
didn't.
a timeline of blending, like, you get a little bit of this, a
Yeah,
little bit, like, that's
yeah,
dope.
and his concept, the concept that he had for it, and in the videos that he's shooting, it was so heartwarming. Because this kid started with us when he was 12,
Oh,
and
wow.
now he's 19, I believe, and it's like I was so it's just so inspiring.
That's crazy. At 19, coming up with that genre blending time travel of an album, like, wow, you must have really had an impact on them. Like, that's inspiring. All right.
Yeah.
But I think that's our time. So just let us
Oh,
know
okay.
about October 24th. We have Beauty in the Black, and let us know what we can look forward to, what we need to hashtag, how we can support, all that. Let us know all about it.
Well, I definitely will. Let me just say this: at Mr. Richard Lawson,
Mr.
and Mr.
MR or MISCER?
MrRichard Lawson.
Okay, got you. So that's where we can
Yeah,
find you. October 24th, Beauty and the Black on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah,
Another Tyler Perry banger is coming out. Thank you.
yeah.
I'm so grateful. I was looking forward to this conversation all weekend, and you gave me all the
Oh,
gems.
wow, wow. Thank
I'm
you.
really grateful for this. So thank you, and have a great day. Okay,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so
no
much,
problem.
Lyle.